Get my focus together. See, I'm like blurry back here, but then if I back up, ooh, see, no, I'm gonna have to fix this. Let's get it in. This is it right here. Bang, let's work. We didn't get our hair done this week, so we're gonna try to get this together. I feel like putting on a hat. I don't have my light on. I just cannot get it together. Whoa! Have mercy. Wow, that's a difference, I tell you. I don't really think I needed the light, but whatever. I just want this bang to sit. I need to have several seats, okay? Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your girl, Miss P. I hope that you were doing fabulous today. I'm doing all right. You know, I just got off work. I'm like real tired, but it's all good. I am here for you guys because I just got done watching The Real Housewives of Atlanta season 5, episode number 2. Episode number 1 was, honey, it was just a mess. It was a lot. We got introduced to the new characters, and yes, I call them characters because that is just what they are. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into episode number 2. Be sure to like this video. I'd really appreciate it. So Nene, she's in LA. You know, she's doing the new normal, so she's at this gay parade, and she's just so happy. She's like, great, and she cried and all that stuff, and they came out for her, honey. Yes, they did. And she was like, I feel like I know I have arrived, and it was just so beautiful. And I was like, Nene, yeah, you know, it's nice. It's a wonderful, humbling experience. So hopefully she uses that to her advantage. And Greg, he was like, my plane, but I'm here. I'm like, Greg, go sit down. She like, okay, get Greg, go somewhere, take your medicine. Candy, she goes out to lunch with Phaedra and Kenya, but I just have to talk about Candy's intro. You guys remember in the beginning how it was her little baby doing the jerk, bless her heart. Her new intro, I didn't hear this last episode. She was like, oh. Okay, I hollered when I heard that because it was like out of nowhere. I could not. I was like, what? But anyway, they go out to lunch, and Kenya, she talks about the messiness that happened on the first episode with her and Cynthia at the Bailey agency for the Jet casting call. Phaedra, she was just like, So Phaedra, she was just giving me all sorts of life with her facial expressions, and I love Candy just because she is so tell it like it T.I. is. She just says everything that you're thinking, and she like, for real, ooh. I loved Phaedra because she said these magic words, Kenya don't need no security. She said if you were the late and great Michael Jackson or Whitney Houston, then you would need a security guard. I was like, yes, Phaedra, please read her because Kenya, you don't need no security. We have to talk about Kim and Lil KJ. Lil KJ looked just like his daddy. Cute as a button. I just want to take his cheeks, put him in my pocket for safekeeping like a hot pocket. But I do want to say with Kim, E.T., go home. Oop, you don't have a home. You need to be looking for some homes, Pumpkin. You got to give little Marisol the baby because you don't want to tend to it when he crying and all that stuff. Sweetie walking around like a nomad. She ain't got nothing to do. Thank God for that new wig, but it's still a mess. Kim is like, and little KJ, if we go into the townhouse, he can't run around on the basketball court. I had to take a swig of water on that one because first of all, KJ is only like 8.2 months and he can't even run, let alone talk. Why does he need a basketball court? I don't have time, and then baby's about to go to college, so ma'am. So Kim, I will give you an award. Your award is to get you a fitted sheet as well as a flat and go to bed. Like, get in the covers, snuggle up, and go to sleep, boo-boo, and take little KJ with you because you are doing a lot. Kenya, she gets the next bed award with the fitted sheet and the flat because her little auntie came over, bless her heart. I love her little auntie, and she was trying to give her some game. Like, boo-boo, I don't know this little Walter character you're talking about. Your eggs are drying up. You want a baby and you want to get married. Yeah, you just picked the wrong bunch. I don't know what you're doing. And she was like, oh Lord, don't cry. Please don't cry. Okay, shut up. I just want to meet him. If you like him, I love him. Kenya, I'm gonna talk to you in a minute when Walter pops up. Phaedra and Cynthia, they're working out with this dude named Dexter, and he started out with fully clothed, and then Nene came, and then he was about doggone near naked, and he was nice to look at from the neck down. He was real nice. I really loved his physique. I really do appreciate that. Nene, she is really nice this season. I don't know what's going on, if she is drinking like some new nice flavored water that she's gonna endorse in the future, but she is very nice. And I also have to say. Cynthia, she is just being like, I don't know what type of shade juice Cynthia's been drinking, but it really suits her. They start talking about meeting Kenya and the whole thing that happened with the jet casting call, and they go back and forth on that again. I'm sick of that already. Every time I hear Nene say titties, I holler laughing. It's just the way that she says it. I love Cynthia. She said, what was her name? Kendra? No, Kenya? Oh, okay. They act like Kenya won Miss USA back in 64. Oh Lord, little comb over Croy. I don't know. He did look like a little Ken doll. They go out on a nice little boat ride for Kim's birthday. He has all her little edible goodies. She was like, oh baby, I can't believe it. First of all, Pumpkin, instead of y'all eating cake and stuff, y'all could have ate that cake at the house, and y'all need to go over new plans on moving. You should have gave her the keys to a new home. Hey, there you go. Then I'd have said, come on, let's go on back to the house. I got something for you, player. Here's the big one. Walter and Kenya. Walter is Kenya's little boo thing. So they hanging out or whatnot. They're on their little date. They've only been together for 2 years, off and on, long distance. So you know what that means. They don't know each other. And she actually said it herself. So they're sitting at the table. They're talking. And I just want to say, Walter looks like a mix of Joe Jackson with a little bit of Tito. William from Girlfriends, as well as Moesha's daddy. You remember him, Frank? As well as a little mixture of Maxwell's new haircut. That's what Walter looks like. She was like, and I'm getting older and I want to get married and I want to have a baby. And he was like, speak up, what you say? And she was like, I want to have a baby. And he was like, oh hell. So they taking shots and she's like, oh, what do you think? I think I want to freeze my eggs. And he said, girl, you better put those in the oven and let them sit there because I ain't got time for that. She was like, well, I mean, hopefully in the future we can just, move forward. Are there any skeletons I need to know about? And he was like, well, I got a couple skeletons and a casket that we should talk about. I actually wanted to hang out with Candy because she had a fat ass. That's why I talked to her. And she was like, I know you love girls with big asses. I can't believe this. And I was just like, how did Kenya go from I'm strong, hear me roar to I can't believe you talked to Ken. And Candy and her are not even like this. So I really did not understand that. And he was like, girl, you better go to bed. Are you really doing this right now, sweetness? You need to go to the bathroom. And he was like, okay, go ahead. And then she came back and then he was like, cause I like that chocolate skin. And she was like, you like all this chocolate? Girl, Candy and Todd, they're trying to get everything together for their huge home. Phaedra comes over, they do a nice little walkthrough and they talk about different things, and I liked how Phaedra was really positive, unlike Kimberly. They're talking about the women's empowerment event and how Phaedra wants Kim as well as Candy to come along, and Candy was like, first of all, weren't you and Nene not even cool? I just like how Candy just says whatever is on her brain and she gets it out there, and Phaedra was like, well, do you want to go? And Candy, I guess she was like, well, hell yeah, I need to go. The party is here and everybody is there. Here comes Phaedra, and she was like, we have some pedestrian people and we have some really nice pillars in the community. I hollered. They're all looking for Nene, and here comes Kim and Sweetie. And Sweetie, I really think Sweetie thinks she is like the end all and be all, and like Kathy Hughes or somebody. I don't know who she thinks she is. Nene, she's having like a wardrobe malfunction and she's coming down from the elevator, and here is Kim and Sweetie. They getting ready to go, and Nene, she was actually really, really nice, and Kim, they were cordial, and Kim was like, well, no, Croy, and then the baby, and then I have to do gymnastics class, and I don't know, I have to deliver this baby, and just too many excuses. And I do agree with Candy. Kim always has an excuse, so she ends up leaving, and Nene was like, well, I tried to be nice. Cynthia, she gets on the mic and she's like, I really thought about having this for my friend because I really appreciate her. And it was a lot of whoa, 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 whoa. Kendra, I'm sorry. Here goes Kenya. And she's like, I'm gonna have your party next. She was really out of the pocket, just talking under her breath. You don't have to do that, Puddin'. This was not your event. It would be different if it was your event. Kenya grabs the mic like she is Red and Brown from Coming to America. Like she just starts talking and then drops the mic, sexual chocolate. And I was like, and called it a clown show. Honey, Cynthia is better than me. No. I I know Kenya wanted to get in where she fit in. She made a beeline for Nene. And here goes Cynthia coming because she heard her name out of Kenya's mouth. They're going back and forth. And Nene was like, well, sweetheart, here's what it is. And then it was just a Cynthia-Kenya battle. And they really don't like each other. I really think Kenya came out of the pocket. She didn't have to do all that. Cynthia, she trying. She has a vagina and she's trying not to be that right now, and I really like that. But she needs to put a little bit more oomph into her punchlines and her throat, because it's coming out like, oh no ma'am, and she need to be like, girl. That was pretty much the episode in a nutshell. I cannot wait for next week. It is going to be amazing. I did want to talk about 2 tweets tonight that I saw. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. Every Sunday night I give y'all the play-by-play, the tweets. Make sure y'all go check out my tweets. Hilarious. And y'all keep me rolling with these tweets, honey. I just want to point out 2 that were my favorite. At Messy Mouse, make sure y'all follow him and subscribe to his YouTube channel. He is hilarious. He said Kenya had on Queen Latifah's new makeup color entitled Gravy. Shut up. And at Patty Mayo said that Kenya needs to drink Proactive. I cannot. Y'all are too much. I'm just telling you, too much for the man. Down below in the comment section, I want to see what you guys thought about episode 2. Honey, it was woo. Be sure to like this video. I'd really appreciate it. And I will see you guys on the next video. Peace, love, and all that good stuff. God bless.